I'm poison.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my new Magic Toxic Cloud Endgame build for Dwarven Realms. Melt these enemies with damage over time. As always, I will cover every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. So let's start off with some gameplay. Now for this build, we are spec'd into triple toxicity, which means, as you can see, we just leave these poisonous clouds on the ground and the enemies just get absolutely eaten alive. The abilities on your weapon don't really matter. You can switch and put on any ones you want. What's important is getting triple toxic cloud. And I'll show you this during the skill breakdown, but we are using two of the toxic clouds being twice the size, and one of them is that they stay on the screen longer, or they last longer, but they do less damage. So that is, we have it spec'd. And then for our belt, right now we have Burning Shield, which gives us more damage and more survivability from our armor. And again, I will show you that during the skills section. For the most part, it's pretty simple. I'm actually gonna stay in melee range on this to try and give you an idea. A lot of the times when you are hanging out inside of your green clouds, you don't want to stand still, but you're pretty protected. A lot of the enemies just kind of sit there stunned, and the toxic cloud, just damage over time, slowly tears them up. And I don't know if you saw what we were just attacking. That is Dwarven Realms' version of a loot goblin. You'll see all these dropping. Let's grab all of these. Give me a second, and then we'll go fight the boss. Give me that. I also really like the way the green looks. I don't know if you're a fan of that, but it looks very appealing. It's just tearing up everybody. Okay, so you got the idea. Triple toxic cloud with burning shield. We're melting everyone. Let's go fight the boss. We're on Drithus. And here we go. Flame Captain. Now for this, obviously we are a mage, so we're using a wand. So you kind of want to stay, for the most part, you're in melee range because you want to lead the boss into the clouds. So, you know, you want to make sure you have a little bit of distance. We're kind of close right now, but you want to keep the boss in the green. And just like the enemies in the level, you will see that life just tick down. What's also great about this build is you're going to be hitting the add-ons all the time as well. So you'll see the ad's life is dropping as the captain's life is dropping because it is all in the green cloud. And I didn't even say it. This is a Rupture 90. This is a Rupture 90. We'll kill this last add-on. And we are only level 272. And this build has already cleared a Rupture 105. And we're only level 272, doing very well. So now let's break down our weapon, skills, and attribute points, starting with weapon. Now you want to find the highest level mystic wand you can find. Now, purple, pink, whatever color you want to call it, it has the most base damage on it, which is going to give you huge damage buffs. So the highest level wand. And if you hit J and you look at all these weapons here, magic is what you are going to be leveling up, and you are going to love it when you start floating around and unlock dark magic, because now you can freely pass by enemies. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. So we are using magic and a wand. All right, the skills on the wand, that is personal preference. When it comes to the skills, you guessed it, we are triple toxicity. And right now I have it set up become larger, and stay on the battlefield longer, but they do much less damage. And you can kind of pick in between. I like it set up this way. Now for our belt, we are currently using Burning Shield, and Burning Shield will buff your damage and your armor. This is best in slot because you're getting damage and you're getting armor, which is survivability. That being said, if you cannot find this, you can use this belt right here. This is Arcane Apocalypse damage, and the modifier on it is when an explosion hits, you gain a bonus of arcane damage. So you're not getting the armor, but you are getting a damage bonus for your toxicity. And remember that the belt and the goblet are interchangeable. So if you had Toxicity here, you could put Burning Shield or Arcane Apocalypse there. These two are interchangeable. Now, something that you absolutely have to have for this build to work is this pet. This is the Arcane Damage pet, and very specific, you will see on the third line, it says Arcane abilities will also benefit from Fire bonus. It needs to say Fire bonus. You do not want it to say Lightning bonus. That way, obviously, you are using your Burning Shield, okay? So keep that in mind. Your pet, it needs to be a purple Arcane pet, which makes sense, and the third line needs to benefit from Fire. So that is the weapon, that is the skills, that is the pet. Now, when it comes to attribute points, this gets a little tricky. If you are a new player, if you're just figuring out the game, right now I am fully 100% spec'd into strength, okay? And I have already cleared a Rupture 105, ranked top 120, and I'm literally only level 272. So we are way under leveled for how far we have already pushed this build, which is great. So if you want, you could do what I did and just fully spec into strength. Now, is strength the best option? It actually is not. What you can do is fully spec into luck, and then you can get modifiers on your gear that give you a bonus to luck percent. So if you plan on going luck instead of strength, you've got to make sure that your gear is set up to luck percent bonus. All right. So just keep that in mind. That is up to you. If you're going to go super far into the season, luck will likely be better. If you're a new player just learning, you could just spec into strength or spec into strength early on. And then once you have the gear, flip flop into luck. That is my advice. Now let's take a look at the massive passive tree, and I'm not going to go through all of this. Really, I'm not going to cover it at all. This is what you want to copy. And what I recommend is actually you going right first. And I'm just kind of making circles. You want to go this direction and you want to come up, and then you want to come over and then down and then straight up. So you're going to go right, then up, then left, then down, and then up. I'm going to remove my face for a second so that you could take a screenshot of this, but this is the passive tree you want to follow. Now we're going to break down a brand new system to Dwarven Realms, and these are your Elven points, which you access through the harp behind your tree. And for here, if you're a beginner, if you're just starting out, if you're new to the season, what you want to do first is go to the right. And by going to the right, this is going to give you a lot of base damage. It's just going to give you more damage to your character. It is very, very simple to understand. And then if you play more advanced, if you go deeper and deeper into Endgame, as you fully level out the right side of the tree, you are going to want to level the bottom side of the tree, where you're going to get some bonuses to crafting. You're going to get extra inventory slots. You're going to be getting a lot of things that'll help you progress farther in the game. So at the beginning, you want to go right for damage, and then you want to go down for end game. So now let's talk about Rupture cards. If you hit I and you scroll, so you're all the way at the top and you scroll all the way down, it will show you the cards you have taken. And I will show you the cards that I have taken. I had really good luck for the most part. So one card that I've gotten read, damage reduction and flat damage. Another card is arcane damage bonus and flat damage. I've got fire damage bonus and flat damage. Remember that fire, because of our pet, also acts as arcane. We have flat damage and strength bonus because we've put in all of our attribute points into strength. And then the other card you want to look for, which is the most important card that we haven't gotten yet, and that is flat damage, because it's very hard to get flat damage in this game. And right now I only have 2 of those cards. So those are the main cards you want to look for this build. Last but not least, let's talk about modifiers on your gear. And this is going to be very, very simple. On our bracers, we have gain additional damage for each extra inventory slot. On our amulet, we have gain additional damage for each inventory slot. And for our helmet, we have gain additional damage for each inventory slot. Now, there is a modifier that you can get on your bracers where you could boost your critical strike damage based upon your armor. That is also really good, so those are interchangeable on your bracers. And remember that inside of Dwarven Realms now, it has a codex, which means you can add an item in here, and as long as you have unlocked it, you can move it over onto said item. So it makes it very, very nice and very, very easy. Like right here, gain additional 1% damage for each extra inventory slot, so you can just craft the item up. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new Toxic Cloud build for DR? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Couple of asks at the end of the video. Ask number 1, check out my Discord. We are approaching 4,000 members in the Action RPG Discord. We do a giveaway every 2 weeks. We just gave away an Action RPG hat, and the next giveaway is a free copy of Last Epoch. Again, those drawings are every 2 weeks. We cover all things Action RPG. It is a great, awesome, growing community. Check it out. It is linked in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it, and the best way to support is Patreon. We just finished movie night, game night is coming up for V Rising, and we have tons of community events. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.